You might want to sit down for this, because there's a chance you've been missing out on money that's rightfully yours, and it's not your fault. For decades, millions of Americans have trusted the Social Security system to support them through retirement. But what if I told you that the way it's been structured and the way most people have been relying on it isn't just outdated? It could actually be costing you money? Here's the deal. A brand new executive order signed by President Biden has just surfaced, and it's causing a wave of confusion, curiosity, and hope across the country, especially for seniors. At the heart of this order, a potential $1,495 one-time Social Security bonus that's making headlines, lighting up phones, and filling up inboxes with questions. But here's what they're not telling you on the news. This isn't just another political headline or a recycled promise. This order is connected to a deeper shift in how the government is handling benefits, and it could be the first real move toward adjusting outdated payout structures that haven't kept up with rising living costs, medical expenses, and inflation that's hitting every retired American hard. And yes, there are specific eligibility factors, timing details, and strings attached that you need to understand if you want to know whether this $1,495 bonus could actually land in your pocket. So if you've been wondering why your check doesn't go as far as it used to, or why you keep hearing stories about others getting extra payments that never seem to show up for you, this video is the one you don't want to miss. Because today, we're breaking down exactly what this new order means, what it doesn't mean, and how you can protect what you've earned before it's too late. Let's get straight into it, because there's been a lot of talk, a lot of confusion, and a lot of misinformation floating around since this executive order was announced. Seniors across the country are trying to make sense of what it all means. Is this $1,495 real? Is it a one-time thing? Do I qualify? Is it a scam? Why haven't I received anything yet? These are the exact questions being asked by people who've worked their whole lives, paid into the system, and now just want a little bit of clarity and maybe a little bit of fairness after all these years. So, here's what's actually happening. The Biden administration signed an executive order that's tied into a broader initiative aiming to reduce financial pressure on retirees and those living on fixed incomes. This isn't a stimulus check, and it's not your regular COLA increase either. It's something different. This proposed $1,495 payment is being referred to as a one-time benefit adjustment compensation within the policy circles. Basically, the administration is trying to correct what many are calling systemic underpayments that have occurred over the last few years, especially due to inflation adjustments not keeping pace with the real cost of living for seniors. Now, this doesn't mean every single Social Security recipient is automatically getting a check in the mail tomorrow morning. That's where the confusion starts, and unfortunately, where some of the rumors and clickbait headlines don't help. The truth is, the executive order has opened the door for a review of payment discrepancies across various Social Security categories. This includes retirement benefits, SSDI, and even some SSI recipients. That review could lead to a one-time bonus for certain individuals who qualify based on specific conditions that the Social Security Administration is still ironing out. Now here's where it gets interesting, and honestly, kinda frustrating. Many people have been relying solely on the monthly check amount they see hit their accounts without realizing that the formulas used to calculate those payments haven't always taken into account the regional cost of living, medical expenses, or unexpected economic shifts like the spike in inflation we've seen in the last couple of years. If you've ever thought, this check doesn't even cover my grocery bill anymore, you're not imagining things. The truth is, those formulas have been slow to adapt, and that's exactly why this new order was signed, to investigate and possibly compensate for what's been missed. What's really powerful about this situation is that it's not just about money. It's about recognition. It's about acknowledging that seniors have been the backbone of this country, paying into Social Security their entire working lives, and deserve to receive what they've earned without needing to jump through hoops, decipher complex government language, or worry whether they're being left out. But unfortunately, even with this new initiative, it's not all smooth sailing. there are still a lot of unknowns, and many seniors are asking, so what do I have to do to get it? Do I need to apply? At this point, the Social Security Administration has not released an official application process because this order is still in its early implementation stage. But what we do know is that they're reviewing payment records for potential undercompensation cases going back several years. That means if you were underpaid or overlooked due to miscalculations or policy limitations, there's a chance you could be eligible for this one-time bonus. It's not guaranteed, and it won't apply to everyone, but it's definitely real, and it's definitely in motion. What you should be doing right now is keeping a close eye on your Social Security account. If you haven't already, go to the SSA GOV website and create or log into your My Social Security account. This is the main hub where you'll see updates about your benefits, and eventually, it's likely where any notices regarding this bonus payment will be posted. Don't wait for a paper letter or an email. Those things can take time, and sometimes they never arrive at all. Checking online is your fastest, most reliable option. Another thing to understand is that this executive order isn't just about giving out money, it's also about restoring trust. A lot of people have lost faith in the system. They see politicians make big promises, but then nothing changes. They see headlines about payouts, but their accounts stay the same. This time, the administration is under pressure to actually follow through, not just because seniors are demanding it, but because the numbers don't lie. The cost of living has gone up, prescription drug prices have surged, and affordable housing is harder to find. Seniors are being squeezed on all sides, and a one-time check might not solve everything, but for many, it could be a much-needed relief. Now, here's something most people won't tell you. The amount being talked about, $1,495, isn't a random number. It's based on an internal SSA estimate of how much certain categories of beneficiaries may have been shortchanged over time. Again, not everyone qualifies, but the fact that they're using that figure in official discussions tells us there's a serious look happening behind the scenes. This isn't a social media rumor. It's being addressed at the policy level, which means there's momentum, real movement, not just talk. Still, that doesn't mean you should assume the money is coming your way automatically. Scammers are already jumping on this news, sending fake letters, emails, and phone calls claiming they can secure your bonus if you just give them some personal info. Don't fall for it. The government will never ask for your social security number or bank details over the phone or through a suspicious email. If you ever get one of those calls, hang up immediately. And while we're at it, let's talk about mindset. I know a lot of you feel tired of hearing about promises and updates that never seem to benefit you directly. That's completely valid. But this time, you have an opportunity, not just to potentially receive a bonus, but to stay informed, stay ready, and take action the moment more information is released. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is stay in the loop, because those who do are often the ones who end up ahead. This channel is here to do the digging for you, to break it down without the fluff, and to make sure you're not the last to know when something important drops. Because let's be honest, nobody has time to decode hundreds of pages of legal language or chase government hotlines all day just to find out if they're eligible. That's why we're watching every move, every update, and every official press release, so you don't have to. As soon as we know more about the payment timeline, the eligibility criteria, or how the SSA plans to notify beneficiaries, you'll hear it here first. So yes, the $1,495 payment is real. It's in discussion. It's tied to real issues that seniors have been dealing with for years. And it might just be the start of something bigger. But you've got to stay alert, stay cautious, and most importantly, stay hopeful. Because the tides are turning, and this time, it might just turn in your favor.